Hello and welcome. My name is Rick Baxter with Cost Control Software, coming to you from Carmel, Indiana. Today's movie is going to be on Business Snapshot, and your business intelligence starts right now. Let's go take a look. First thing I'm going to do within the software is actually go into the Business Snapshots. Notice it's plural. This is a list of my sample snapshots. By the way, I'm working in a company called Kronos for Business Snapshot. This could be in your live system, it could be in your practice system, whichever. It's simply one choice on the menu, but there's a lot of choices within the software itself. So let's take a look. Here's Business Snapshots. So this is a list of recent snapshots. Let's just pick on this last one here. This shows the cash on hand as of 1/27/11. That's the date, and you'll see a variety of dates here where it's been taken. Then there's cash increases, cash decreases, and then it ends up with a cash forecast, basically adding and subtracting these items to come up with a projected cash forecast in 30 days. Now let's take a look at how that is actually done. I just double click on it, and I'm going to open up the statistics behind here, and you can actually now see the details. So what this is showing for the current cash, that's actually made up of cash, maybe petty cash, checking, bank checking, and bank operations. There's the totals. Operations is probably the main checking account, and notice it's 90% of the whole thing. But the grand total of current cash is 409,726.20. Now, to that, we're going to have some cash increases, which are made up of our current AR, and we're going to say we're going to collect 30% of that current AR, which will generate cash of $226,000. Then we've got 30 days past due, which is, and we think we'll collect 80% of that, high probability of collection, and this is our probability column, by the way. So then 80% of that, so that's a 201,000 approximately. 60 days, the 90% probability. Then it starts to go down. So in other words, anything over 90 days past due, your probability of collection actually decreases. So you'll see that number comes down. And then open sales orders. This is what our book of business is as of right now, and we think we'll be able to ship, invoice, and collect 20% of that in the next 30 days. So that generates 91,000. So the total of all these, this cash increase is $520,000. So that's a good amount of cash coming in, but we have money going out as well. So there's really just three factors for money going out. We have accounts payable. This is our total due to our various vendors and suppliers, and we think we will be paying 40% of that. And so we calculate 191,000 going out. And then we also look at purchase orders, what our cost requirements is here, and then of that we're going to actually receive the product, receive the invoice, and pay 10% of our open PO. So we're going to have a true cash requirements of 445,000. And then miscellaneous other distributions. This could be payroll, it could be other expenses that we need to have some number we just kind of plug for other distributions. And so those, and you can see the percentages within these brackets of each of these. So that's going to decrease cash by 286,000 in my sample here. So the 30-day cash forecast is at $643,000. So we'll have a nice increase from our 401 up to 643, at least in my sample company here. Now, that is our cash forecast information. And by the way, notice this data. This is all coming directly from your live system. I don't have to put this in a cube. I don't have to do any kind of special manipulation other than setting what my probability should be. I need to set these amounts. That's in the setup, and I'll cover that in a separate movie. But there's no building or running things. You just click it, open it up, and it instantly shows you what the current status is. Now this is what's called the cash forecast, and I can collapse this. This works like many of the other things. So there's our cash forecast, and look at the other information systems that are available to us. In the next 5 minutes, I'll kind of just give you a quick summary of this as well. Our miscellaneous information, our AR from customers, our AR from general ledger, our payables from vendors, our payables that's showing in the GL, the inventory value. These numbers should balance, by the way. The sample data is never quite accurate. The inventory value shows you instantly what your value is of inventory. Again, just one click. And by the way, you can keep these things open too. So you could keep all of these windows open and then just scroll down. You don't have to click on them like I did there. Also, a lot of people like to know what their win-loss ratio is on their quotes. So quotes turned into orders, we're at 62, and total quotes that we've done 458. So we're winning 13% approximately of our quotations that have gone out to customers. Notice there's other things here, such as sales information 3 months ago, 2 months ago, last month's sales, and then an average of sales. Again, sample data, pretty low amounts here. Then this one I find very helpful, especially on the sales side, is the expected amount to ship this month, and then shipped not invoiced this month, unposted invoices, credit memos, and month-to-date sales for a projected total sales for the month. Now, a lot of owners love to be able to just at a glance come one click and see how we doing this month. And there's the information right on screen right now. No cube building, nothing. You just one click, open up the snapshot, and there it is. It's just reading the information that's already prevalent within the system. I'll mention quickly a few other things down here while we're here, and then I'll probably do a second movie on some of the additional things within the business snapshot. Liquidity ratios, current ratio, quick ratio, instantly calculated for you right on screen. Let's take a look at our debt ratios. Same kind of information. It's looking at total debt ratio, basically, which is total liabilities divided by total assets. Again, no cube building, nothing that you have to do, and my guess is many of these ratios you're probably calculating now by hand or putting in some kind of spreadsheet to calculate these things. Eliminate that out of your life and just one click and let the system do what it's designed to do, which is to prepare this information for you. A couple others down here, the business margins. It's good to know what your gross profit margin is, operating profit margin, and net profit margin. Again, all calculated for you in real time. And then returns. This is also nice. Return on equity, return on investment, and return on employees. So the system is basically doing the math for you. You're just taking a peek, and these things can be left open. So if you want to be able to just see it at a glance and scroll up and down, you can do that. So that is the concept behind Business Snapshot. You see all the information. The summary information is here, and the statistical information is also captured right behind the scenes. Now I'm going to create a second movie for those of you who want a little more detail on this product, and I'm going to review some of the menu choices and reports that are available up here at the top in the next segment. Again, this is Rick Baxter, coming to you from Carmel, Indiana, with Cost Control Software. We've taken a first look at Business Snapshot Plus, and I hope you like what you see. Thanks so much.